Alright guys, we are back with the Edison Format Finals at Epik Cards and Games in Hurst, Texas. We got the Sheriff Los on the left playing his signature Machina QuickDraw Hero deck versus the Tire King Javi on the right playing his signature Reckless GB deck. This tournament was 4 rounds of Swiss, cut to top 4. Both these guys won X1 in Swiss. We'll see who will get another win on the channel this year. Los has 10 wins currently, which is second most, while Javi has 4. So Los starts off by Future Fusion, sending Dandelion and Stratos to the graveyard and reveals Elemental Hero Gaia. Now, as far as who am I going to root for in this match, I'm going to root for Javi. Just because Los has already won a bunch with this deck recently. He's been on fire, winning with all sorts of quick draw decks. But this is my favorite quick draw deck, because I think this one is actually the most competitive version of quick draw. Alright, so Los special summons quick draw. Synchros is one of the tokens. So pretty strong opening. So some of you guys who maybe watched the big Ohio tournament this past weekend, Midwest Edison Championship or Clash. Los was on stream once. He came, but didn't make top 16, unfortunately. Now, Javi also went to Ohio. He didn't do too well in the main event, but he did make the semifinals of the Day 2 single elimination 64-man tournament. But he got knocked out by yours truly in top 4. So here, I'm going to go over something. So Los, would he make Drill Warrior if he didn't know who Javi was? You know, at locals, what I like to call pre-playing, when you know what your opponent is playing. Like, is he making this play because he knows Javi's on GBs? Probably. Now, would he make this play if he had no idea who Javi was? I don't know. But here comes Trap Dushu, and as Los likes to call it, spread him. That's so Javi's hand is MST, Upstart, Chariot, Mirror Force, Solemn, and Laquari. So a pretty good hand, but he gets rid of Javi's one monster. Now, as far as I want to talk about pre-playing, sometimes you get punished for pre-playing. And like Javi and I, again, we played in the semifinals of the 64-man single elimination tournament. And day 1 of the event, I played Vayu Turbo, but I switched to Black Wings for day 2. And Javi, he didn't know I was on Black Wings. And then when I sat down, he won the die roll. And I go, send a monster, set 3 back row. He probably thought I set Raiko in a couple back rows. So then he doesn't want to attack me, so he sets 2 more back rows. And I end phase Icarus, tribute off my Bora to pop his 2 new back rows. And like, he had a brain fart. That's why you can't ever like assume your opponent is on a certain deck. Unless if you went to the event with them. It's like if I face some, you know, well-known players like, let's say, for example, Fraser Smith or Eric Shen, someone like that. I can't predict what deck they're going to play. You never know. They could switch. So you got to be careful when you do stuff like that. Anyway, now that I'm done yapping, Javi decides to MST Los's back row. And that sets 4. So we don't know the card Javi drew off Upstart. But yeah, my guess is Los wouldn't make this Turbo Warrior play. The only reason he made it is because he knows Javi's on GBs. And he knows Turbo Warrior is good against GBs. So here comes MST. Los is probably trying to nail the Mirror Force. So he knows a couple of Javi's back rows. So he probably wants to nail the Mirror Force. And Javi checks. And so Javi saw him. So that tells me that he nails the Mirror Force. That's why you see Los is laughing right there. He knows that one's the Mirror Force. Yeah, that's why he pointed at it. Yeah, but this tournament happened before the Ohio tournament, because you can always see on the thumbnails, I always post the dates of when the tournaments take place. And yeah, this tournament was before we left to Ohio. Maybe Los and Javi made some changes to their decks at that event. We never know. So Los is going to bring out Elemental Hero Gaia with the Future Fusion. So Los is probably not going to try to walk into Mirror Force. So he summons Card Trooper, mills Heavy, and it looks like he attacks Javi with Card Trooper. Probably trying to force Javi to Mirror Force right here. Because he's threatening game. This is game. So he's going to try to force Javi to Mirror Force him. And at least he's going to draw a card. So the Mirror Force is like, you could, yeah, well, because if you only attack with Card Trooper, Javi definitely doesn't Mirror Force. But you could make the argument, was it game if Los just attacks with Gaia and switches a Turbo Warrior to defense mode? How much is Turbo Warrior's defense? Here comes another upstart from Javi. I'm curious what Turbo Warrior's defense is. Because maybe that would have been a slightly better play. But it depends. Yeah, it comes down to Turbo Warrior's defense. 1500. Yeah, there's a lot of GBs that run over 1500. So maybe leaving the Gaia in defense was a better play. So anyways, here he attacks him with Gaia. And Javi sets a monster. We know he's got Chariot. And end phase Scapegoat. I know whenever we filmed Los's deck profile like a month ago for this deck, I think Los is not 100% sold on Plasma, and neither am I. But man, that card is hard to deal with. I've been the victim of Plasma. He's beaten me a few times with Plasma, so it is scary, but I do think it can be a little inconsistent. Hey, it's your one brick in the deck, so I get it. But yeah, I'm not sure. It's a card that I feel like you can cut. I know it's a very powerful card, but you could definitely cut it. All right, so Los 1 win away from getting his 11th win on the channel this year. Or will Javi pull off the Legacy 2-0? So Javi with the upstart. The Oscar special? Nope. So set. Now here's where the mind games come in. Do you think Javi set Haplamas? So again, Javi and I just played in top 4 of the Ohio tournament single elimination. And Javi did the exact same thing against me. He goes, set a back row, set a monster. I MST his back row, special summon Cyber Dragon, and because his back row was bottomless, I was willing to risk his set monster being Haplamas, and it wasn't. It was Bestiari. I know Javi only plays one Haplamas, so I was kind of like willing to see, like, did you set Bestiari? And it was Bestiari, and I was able to slowly win. Anyway, here, Los searches Alias off Stratos, no back rows. All right, so let's see. So he summons Prisma. Did he set Bestiari? See, this is the thing where, like, okay, it was Haplamas, so Los would have. But I think you can kind of risk it being Haplamas because, let's say if it is Haplamas, right? What's he gonna do? Get Murmillo? I guess he could get a Laquari as well. But if it's Bestiari. Then it's going to be a little bit harder for him to Geyseris you. That's why I risked it. But again, I had MST, and Los didn't, so it's a little different. All right, so 66 to 8K. He's got Laquari and Haplamas. Let's see what the Sheriff versus the Tiger King. I think Javi and Los might be the two most recognizable players on the channel. Same thing with Ryan. I think them two, Ryan, I always say are like top 3. It used to be Joey Lynch, but he doesn't play much Edison anymore. Yeah, I think it was like them 4. Here comes Heavy. So Heavy's the Mirror Force. All right, what will the Sheriff do? He's got Debris Dragon, Dandelion, Stratos in the graveyard. So he activates good old wind control. And will he take the Haplamas? So he takes Haplamas, tribute Haplamas for Cyber Dragon, crash with Laquari, and pass to Javi. Yeah, but like his graveyard is full, so you never want to be open against GBs, because especially if Javi. Okay, yeah, this is probably game. He's gonna Sekitor him. No, he takes. He should be at 54. So Sekitor effect, bring out. Is he gonna end on Herc? Is the question here. So Darius. A quest. Bring back Laquari. Add Bestiari back to his hand. Yeah, this is a threatening. Now, who do you fuse with? Don't you know he has Alias? Yeah, you know he has Alias, so he's going to run over... Who would you rather have in the deck is the question. I guess you'd rather have the Darius in the deck. Because unless if you can protect your quest. So here Javi's playing around Fortress. I always tell the story. I had no idea Herc had 2,800 defense. I always thought it was 2,600 defense. It's like most monsters, unless you're 3,000 attack, like what monster has 2,900 attack? That's common. None. 2,800 is common. So like Herc having 2,800 defense is a big deal. Like Christia can't run it over. I guess Colossal, if there's a warrior, is like the only one that can run it over in defense mode. But then again, you have to have a warrior in the graveyard. If you're playing like a deck like Black Wings, you probably don't have any warriors in there. So here, Javi normal summons Bestiari. He's got Reckless Greed, which you guys maybe saw me play Reckless Greed in my Black Wing deck. I took it out. I think that card is not that good. Trust me, I love Reckless Greed, but I think the decks in Edison are just too... They don't do enough. Like later on in like 2013 when Reckless got popular, it was different because the decks can do like broken stuff turn one. Like the only decks that I feel can really afford to use Reckless are Dragon Turbo, even Gigavice. I'm surprised Gigavice players haven't experimented with Reckless. Not that I've heard of. Maybe someone has. I just haven't heard of it. And Fork, because those decks can do a lot. Versus like Black Wings, if you don't see Whirlwind off of the Reckless, it's pretty mid. Same thing with GBs. Like I feel like Javi has to see Test Tigers or Rescue Cat, or the card is just mid. So yeah, I'm not a big fan. And I've tested it. It's not like I haven't tried it. Alright. So here Javi flips his Reckless. Los is at 28. So he summons a quest, Test Tiger, and Los picks up his cards. So we are going to game 3. Will Javi pull off the Legacy 2-0 and take down the Sheriff here in the finals? So it looks like Los sided out his Avarices. He obviously sided out his Gores. Yeah, he obviously sided out that Gores. I mean, I think that card is really bad against GBs. Oh, something that happened in Ohio. Apparently, Javi played someone, and I forgot his name, but they were using the same sleeves, and Javi, I think he like Goyo'd his Gores, and then he shuffled his Gores into Javi's Gores into his deck. And then he was playing Javi with 2 Gores the next game. I think he got a game loss for it. That's so unfortunate. So, like, sometimes you got to be careful what sleeves you use. Because you never know. Stuff like that happens a lot, especially with Goyo Guardian. Heck, me and my friend Randy used the same sleeves. And I think I Goyo'd one of his Siroccos, which was a super rare, which is really expensive. My friend Randy was freaking out. Like, oh, I think I lost my Sirocco. And then I told him, I was like, I'm pretty sure I have it. So, because we played before. And I did have it. Because... yeah, I might start double sleeving my deck just so stuff like that doesn't happen. Anyways, let's get back to the game. So MST into Reckless. Like, here, Reckless is okay. Because, like, you don't really lose anything. But had that been, like, let's say a jar, it's kind of a +1. So, this is one of the reasons why jar is a little bit better than Reckless. Where Reckless right here is just you even out. Belos drew double gear frame, which... it's going to be hard for Javi to deal with. Now here, I don't like this play by Los because he gets punished by Cyber Dragon by getting a little too aggressive. Especially because Javi plays Prisma. Now I know Javi right now is only on 1 Cyber Dragon. I think I've been telling him this. He should be playing 2 Cyber Dragon. His argument is that he has Prisma, but I think he needs it. I think he really, really needs the 2nd Cyber Dragon on top of Prisma. But we'll see if he makes the changes. Anyways, here we have yeah, like I think Los, especially he didn't even attack. It looks like he didn't even attack with the fortress. Los should have just poked him with both gear frames. Kept the fortress in his hand. Anyways, here comes Murmillo. Test Tiger. Tags Murmillo out for another Murmillo. So he grabs Laquari. Attack. So another thing Javi could have done here is he could have set all his back rows, but he's probably playing. Was his Heavy Storm gone? Did Los use his Heavy Storm? No, he has not used his Heavy Storm. So, oh, but Javi has. See, I think Javi. See, now he can't do it. So he chose not to, because he could have just gone a free pop, right? Yes, he could have gone a free pop off the fortress with Murmillo, but you risk losing a Heavy Storm if you do that play. So I can see Javi's dilemma, but if so, Los is frustrated. Like, how many are you gonna set? Are you gonna set 3 or 4? So Javi's probably thinking maybe I should have just set 4 and done the Murmillo play to get rid of the fortress. We'll see if it matters. But this is not a bad play either. Because you have a 2100 Laquari. Los is probably not going to attack you with fortress. But Los is willing to risk Javi having a D prison. So it is Mirror Force, not D prison. Now Los sets 2. I think he drew all 3 gear frames. And here, Los is going to Karma Cut the Laquari, discard Dandelion. So Javi's skipping his draw phase for Reckless. Karma Cut, discard Dandy. So this is, Los is playing around War Chariot. That's why he didn't summon the gear frame. So Javi's here debating whether or not he's going to chain. I think he has Compulse. Yeah, I think he has Compulse. Okay, so he chains Compulse to the Karma Cut. Los gets 2 tokens. Maybe he Karma Cutted during the battle phase. Yeah, he probably waited for the battle phase and then Karma Cutted him. And now Javi has to decide whether or not he resummons the Laquari. I think that's what the debate here is. Man, Javi does play slow. Look at this, man. So he resummons the Laquari, pass. So now Los might be willing to summon the gear frame. Now, you could argue sometimes you're better off not using the effect. Like, if you're afraid of a War Chariot, just summon Gear Frame and not use the effect. I mean, he's checking one Mirror Force is gone, but then if he has Bottomless or D Prison and not Chariot, sometimes you just gotta play the odds, man. Yes. Do you have the War Chariot or not? And I think that's what Los is contemplating right here. About whether or not he wants to summon Gear Frame and use the effect. But they are taking a long time. Okay, so he had another play. So he decides to tribute summon Fortress instead of summoning the Gear Frame. So now he's checking for Bottomless, so attacks. No D Prison from Javi. Yeah, Javi's cooked. Does he? Okay, so he draws for his turn. Sets a monster. Now, I mean, Los knows you don't have a Bottomless, you don't have a D Prison, so like he knows unless just finish him. Unless I mean, Mirror Force is gone, right? Unless you're afraid of Torrential, well, just go for it. Yeah, just go for it, man. He's got 2. Yeah, Lowe's taking a long time. I would go for it. He didn't stop you last turn. Why would he? Oh, he has Debris Dragon as well. Okay, so he has Debris Dragon and Gear Frame. Debris Dragon is game as well. Just make Black Rose, switch the guy to attack mode, and he's got nothing. He's got nothing. He would have stopped you last turn. Yeah, I already see, like, look, Javi's got nothing. So he decides to summon the Gear Frame instead of the Debris Dragon. Power grab Machina Force. And here he's going to Pitch Force to bring back Fortress. Oh, equips. Attack into Bestiari. Attack for 25. Oh, yeah, Lowe's could have gone for game. Was it game with... Yeah, he gave him another turn, but it didn't matter. Yeah, he did give him another turn, though. So congrats to... The Sheriff. Gets his 11th win on the channel. Knocks out the Tiger King. 2 of my teammates going at it. And yeah, another win for Los. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I know people love Los's quick draw deck. And if you haven't already, please consider joining our members only. I'm uploading an extra 2 to 3 videos a week, only $2.99 a month. I also have a coupon code for 5% off Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles and product at Epik Cards and Games. Those links are in the description below. And I'll see you guys next time.